Hello, this is Anthony. Today I'm going to be reviewing a movie called Hotel Artemis. It's a sort of science fiction movie about a nurse, played by Jodie Foster, who runs a medical clinic that caters to criminals. Sometimes when you have Movie Pass, you get to see a lot of movies, obviously, that you would not normally see in the theater, and sometimes that's a good thing, and you'd go a big thank you to Movie Pass. This, however, is not one of them. This was probably the worst movie I've seen since getting it. It's great to see Jodie Foster because we haven't seen her in a while, and it's also great to see Jeff Goldblum because we also haven't seen him in a while. I mean, he was in Thor Ragnarok for a couple seconds, but he doesn't get a lot of work no more. Batista was also in the movie, and Batista's a great guy. I really like him, and it's a shame that he's in just such a terrible movie. As I said, it's a science fiction movie of sorts. It really didn't have to be set in the future. This could have taken place anytime. Jodie Foster is taking care of a bunch of criminals. There's several criminals throughout the movie, and they all got to the Hotel Artemis for different reasons and different ways. Some of them we seen, some of them we didn't. There's a Joe Pesci wannabe character, and he's very irritating. There's a French woman who's like a ninja. There's a bank robber and his brother, who I thought was the main characters in the movie when it started, but then they vanish for like 15-20 minutes at a time throughout the movie, so I guess they aren't. Then there's Jeff Goldblum, who actually owns Hotel Artemis, and he only will let Jodie Foster treat him. And his son, who was played by Siler from Heroes. All of these characters were unfortunately unnecessary for the story, because there really was not a story to be told in Hotel Artemis. It was a setup. There was a bunch of characters. They all had dialogue that seemed like it wanted to be written by Quentin Tarantino. It wanted to be that clever. It wanted to be that cool. Everybody's cool. But everybody, all the actors spoke their lines like they thought they were saying the coolest stuff ever.
You shoot me in a dream, you better wake up and apologize.
And it would have a meaning, but none of it did. It just was like normal lines, but we're going to be like, yeah, I'm awesome. And it just fell flat. The whole movie fell flat. Like, none of the characters actually really need to be there except for Jodie Foster, who I'm assuming was the main character because she runs the hotel. And notice I say assuming because there really wasn't a clear-cut main character in this movie, because there wasn't a clear-cut plot of what was going on in this movie. Basically, Jeff Goldblum dies in the movie because someone kills him, and the son tries to attack Hotel Artemis, but you don't care about anything. You don't care about any of these characters. You don't care why they're doing anything. There's a subplot about how Jodie Foster's son is, and obviously the spoilers because it's a movie review, her son, she thought, OD'd. She finds out Jeff Goldblum was responsible, and nothing comes of that. Like, any revelation in this movie, there's like no response to it, and everybody's wasted. I mean, there's a ninja girl who sacrifices herself. We don't understand why she sacrifices herself, other than the plot wanted her to. There's Batista, who sacrifices himself, but there's no sense of danger. Like, you don't care. These people are like, I'm gonna stay behind and so you can survive. And nobody actually needed to stay behind. There was no sense of urgency involved. There was no danger, that like impending danger that they had to stop. It was just like, I'm staying behind because I must. And it was dumb. Everything, like, a better character arc for this movie could have been, because obviously she's helping criminals. There's a big, like, liberal, like, push in this movie where cops are evil, criminals are cool, and that's the way Jodie Foster's character is. She won't help cops. She actually helps a cop during the course of the movie, and you think, oh, well, this is going to have some bearing. Nope. She treats her. We never see her again. So a better character arc could have been, if they wanted to have a character arc in this movie, hey, she thinks criminals are okay guys that we're going to treat. Cops suck. She finds out Jeff Goldblum's character killed her son, And then she realizes criminals are bad. I know that would have been a stretch to even have that much character development, but they wanted to have none in this movie. It was just a terrible, terrible movie. I would not recommend it at all. I'd stay home and watch anything on Netflix. It's probably going to be terrible too, but at least you didn't waste your time going to the movies. Definitely 2 out of 10 stars at most because it's a movie. And it feels like I've seen worse movies, so it feels disingenuous to give it a 1 star. But it was definitely not worth even the hour and a half of my life that I spent watching it. That's my review for this one, so... Hotel Artemis. Next up, I'll probably be reviewing Tag, which hopefully is slightly better.